The next call is a split call. Todd Muller, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I rise to speak for a few minutes on the Social Security Extension of Young Persons Services and Remedial Matters Amendment Bill. Well, what an extraordinary last 15 minutes that we've had to endure here. Firstly, the speech from Ms Moroney. Fortunately, I only managed to catch the last 4 minutes of that, and I'd have to say those 4 minutes will last me a lifetime, because her critique of our social investment model and our actuarial approach to identifying a full-term cost of social welfare in this country was some of the weakest analysis that I have heard in the 10 months that I have had the privilege of being the MP for Bay of Plenty. I'm sorry, but you are caught in a time warp. The fact that you think that the way that we help people in this country is just throw money around and gay abandon. I'm sorry, you need to actually get close to people.
Order.
You need to get close to people.
Order. I don't need to get close to people.
No, that's probably true, Mr Speaker. Ms Moroney, I would suggest that getting out of this House and actually talking to people, you might actually get a reality around what's happening out there. Your analysis was weak and feeble. You need good data. You come from, Ms Moroney, you come from a party's philosophy of throwing money without data, without an understanding of where that should go. And here we have a government which is focused on finding the information and then delivering that investment to the people that need it most. And then to have to sit through 10 minutes of the Green Party accusing this government of being paternalistic and not providing support, that we shouldn't be providing support for 18 and 19-year-olds, was the most extraordinary thing, quite frankly. Again, I would ask the Green Party to get out of their little theoretical bubble and actually go and talk to some of these service providers who are actually out in the field and are actually providing the services to these young people. And they tell us, and they told me when I was in Tauranga talking to Employ NZ only a few months ago, that the one key thing that they want this government to consider is to extend this youth guarantee scheme and the youth services from 16, 17, 18 up to under 20. Why? Because it works. And those who oppose it on pure ideological grounds have lost the argument. You have lost the argument, I'm sorry. You have lost it, because the people who are benefiting from this government's focus on ensuring that we have education and budgeting and parenting advice for those who need it are the ones that are actually count. And it's their families and their communities which are supporting this government, and you're on the wrong side of it, and sorry, your party is on the wrong side of it, and you will see that over the next few months. Can I please, Mr Speaker, just say a few words to acknowledge the Minister Tolley, because, and again, in the stark contrast with what we've heard on the other side of the House, here is a minister who actually gets out of Wellington, who actually goes and talks to the agencies, government and non-government agencies, who are on the front line of complicated and difficult and systemic issues, and listens to them and understands what actually works, hears them and says, yes, you have a case. This is a platform that is working and delivering, and yes, this government will stand behind you and expand the youth services from 16, 17, 18-year-olds to include 19-year-olds, and that will deliver real benefits for people and real benefits for families. And again, for those, particularly on the Green Party, who argued that somehow actually providing budget support and parenting support to those young people is not, again, you're not close enough. The Green Party is not close enough to that reality, and I ask you, and I specifically put a challenge out to the Green Party this afternoon, to go and talk to those providers and go and talk to those who are currently benefiting from this service. And what they tell us is that this is a huge help for them. These were people who are falling through the cracks. These are people who are not in our education system and who have been identified, and services and guidance and support are being wrapped around them to enable them to participate in this society into the future. And that is a government that cares. That is a government that's focused on delivering results, and one I am hugely proud to support, and I look forward to this bill being debated through Select Committee. Thank you.